Hello, I know it's been a long time since I have shown my face on the camera. It's been a while. I'm trying something new today, so we'll see how it goes. In today's video, I am going to be working on, of course, an infamous project. So in today's video, the project is going to include all of these. So if you want to find out what project I'm going to be working on today, then just stick around. Hi there, and I'm back. So I now have attempted to set up the camera from a different view. Just wiping off the desk here. And I'm going to try my best not to touch the camera. So in today's video, I'm going to be working on, of course, another project. It is summertime. Why not? We have nothing but time in our hands. Let's work on another project. So in today's project, I'm going to be using an idea that I have recently saw on Michael's Makers. I believe I'm saying it correct. I'll double check and I'll try to put some additional information in the bottom of the video once I get all the information squared away. Hopefully I'll have the right information. But anyhow, in one of the Michael's Makers videos, the young lady that was doing a video, she showed 3 activities that you could work on, and one of the activities was to make a pom-pom wreath. I am not going to be making a pom-pom wreath. I am going to be utilizing the yarn that you see here, but I am going to be making, let me scoot that over, I am going to be making a pom-pom garland. Just a little backstory. I get into my good crafting mojo typically in the summertime, and one of the craft projects that I have worked on in the past was, of course, making a pom-pom. There are several different ways that you can make a pom-pom. I am going to show you, or attempt to show you, different ways that you can make a pom-pom. I've talked about using material before, so this material that I'm going to be using today is a combination of, this is Lion Brand's yarns. This is a basic stitch. It's very soft. This is a Garland Simply Soft. Once again, very soft. This has a little sparkly glitter in it. And then the rest of these, I believe, are all, if I'm not mistaken, yes, these are all Lion Brand yarns. These particular rolls of yarn were purchased, I think I purchased all of them at Joann's. It could have been Michael's, don't quote me, but typically Joann's and Michael's sells yarn, and you can go to either one of those to get your yarn that you want to use. I don't anticipate that I will be using up all of the yarn, but I do anticipate I'm going to be using samplings from each. If you notice, the colors are a little bit different. This one here has a sparkle of red. This one is a deeper red. Then of course I have a white. Then I have 2 different shades of blue. So can you kind of tell that it's going to be a themed pom-pom event? Of course it is. So this particular project that I'm going to be working on, like I said, I got the idea from Michael's. This is not my original idea. Typically what I do, if I see something that another creator or a crafter has made and I said, I wonder if I can try it, that's exactly what I do. I make an attempt and I see if I can try it. So like I said, the Michael's Maker, she did a pom-pom wreath. Wreath meaning it's a circular object that she's going to put all the pom-poms on. I am not going to be doing a wreath. I am actually going to be making a garland. And I didn't take out the twine so I could show you the twine that I'm going to be utilizing. But anyways, that's what I'm going to be working on for my particular project. So remember I told you in the past, or if this is your first time seeing the video, there are 2 different ways to start a new ball of yarn. You can try to find the piece that's in the center, or you can just be bold, take that wrap off, and just start from the outside. It's completely up to you. You can figure out how you want to start it. I try to start from the middle. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. It doesn't always work that way. So if you can find that centerpiece, which I did, basically what I did is I pulled out the inners on this side, and eventually I found the starting point. So if you can find the starting point, you can do that. In my video, I am not going to be utilizing all of the tools that the young lady did in the maker's video. You don't have to necessarily go out and buy all of the tools. If you want to, feel free. There is a actual mechanism called a pom pom maker. I do actually own the pom pom maker, but for this particular video, I won't be utilizing it. There is a pom pom maker, but I'm not going to use the pom pom maker. You can actually just utilize right here, or if you really want to be special, you can get a fork and you can use that as well. So I'm going to pause the video, go grab a fork just to show you other ways that you can get your pom pom started, and we'll be right back. All right, so I am back. So what you see here are 2 pom poms that I've already started to make. This pom pom, as you can see, is a rather small one, which I haven't done a lot of cutting on. Typically when I make my pom poms, it just varies on how much cutting I want to do. I want to show you some of the previous ones that I've also made. This is a previous pom pom that I made. Here's another one that I have made as well. Of course, these colors, they don't apply to the theme for today, so of course they won't be able to be utilized. But typically when I make my pom poms, I make sure that I keep the tail they're pretty lengthy, so I know, you know, where I'm supposed to be having the tail at. So I'm going to show you how I got to this point. So as I said, you can use 2 methods. One is you can just utilize right there, or you can use this one. Now in the video that the Michaels maker did, she used a actual device called a pom pom maker, which, like I said, you are more than welcome to go out and get the pom pom maker. I am not going to be utilizing the pom pom maker for this video, so I'm going to show you this method right here and this method. So both of these that I have started to make, I've used this method, but I'm going to show you on this one as well. So this is just a fork that came out of the kitchen. So here is my string. There's a starting point. Bam. Starting point. And then what you're going to do is turn your fork this way, and basically all you're doing is wrapping the string around it. Now, if you want to, and you're really bored and you don't have anything else to do because you need something else in your life to work on, which we all do, we understand boredom and we want something to do, you can count how many times that you're wrapping around the fork. You could probably tell by all of my talking that I'm not counting how many times I'm going around the fork, but of course you're more than welcome to. So I'm just gonna stop here for the intensive purpose of the video and say, okay, I'm happy with the size, and then I'm gonna cut it. Okay, so that's how much I put on the fork. Then I'm going to take that same string that I've been utilizing, remember that's the end point, bam, and I'm gonna cut myself just a little piece. So here we go, just a little piece. So here on the fork, what I'm going to do is move that up a little bit, and what you can do is you can take that little piece there, and then you're going to wrap it around there, and then you're going to tie the little piece that you made, the little extra piece that you cut, and you're going to tie it into a knot. You can pull it off the fork at that point. I'm going to tie it again just because I want it to be tight and I don't want the yarn to come apart. So that's what it looks like so far. All I did was tie extra piece of string on it. Then I'm going to take my scissors and I'm going to cut open one side, and then I'm going to turn it over. I'm going to cut open the other side. As you can see, my tails, they stand out because, like I say, my tails are longer. Then I'm going to do the same thing to the other side. So basically what you're doing is you made a loop for here. Let me take the string and showed you. So basically what you did is you made a loop. So now what you're doing is you're cutting this top part and this bottom part. So that's what I'm doing here. So I put my scissors through there and I'm cutting. There we go. So there is your pom-pom, and you have your little tails that are on there. So you can jazz it up by snipping if you think it's a little bit too long. You can jazz it up. and make it a little bit more even, fluff it out, make it bigger. This particular one that I started here, I did not use the fork, so I'm going to show you the other method. Move the scissors out of the way. Take the same yarn that we've been using. So this time I'm going to hold my hand like so, and I'm going to put the piece of yarn, the tail is pretty much right there by my pinky, and once again I'm going to wrap it. And like I said before, if you want to, and you don't have absolutely nothing else to do, you can count how many times you're going around. Just so you know, this one here, I did count. I went around about 20 times. And then this one, as you can see, is twice as big. I went around about 50 times. So here is 20 times going around my hand. Here is 50 times going around my hand. And same thing is going to happen at the end. So let's go back from the beginning. So remember, here we are. I'm going to wrap it around my hand. That's all I'm doing is wrapping around, wrapping around, wrapping around, wrapping around. Counting it how many times you want. Same thing, once you get to the end, you're going to cut the string when you wrapped around your hand enough times. Wrapping around your hand is determined by how large or how thick you want the pom-pom. So like I said, here is 20, and here are my tails, just so you can see. And then this one is 50. So all I did after I wrapped around my hand several times, I took an extra piece of string and I cut the extra piece, and that's why I am here. So the extra piece that I cut is basically going to be my tail. That's all it is. It's going to be my tail. So here's my tail here. And now I'm going to cut this side, and I'm going to turn around and I'm going to cut this side. If you have the pom-pom maker, the actual device is going to be doing the same thing. You're still going to be doing the same steps. The only difference is there's going to be a plastic device that you're going to eventually have to remove the yarn from. That's the only difference. So here we go. Cutting. So if you make a larger pom-pom, typically you have more trimming to do versus a smaller one. So here's my rather large pom-pom, and I've cut all the way around. You can always make sure, did you cut it right? Let's double check. Yes, yes, it's fine. So pom-pom is cut. So you can shape it up. Like I said, you can cut the pieces to shape up the pom-pom if you want to. And I am probably going to make for each color. So remember, I have, this is that darker red. Here's the red with the glitter. Here's that dark blue, white, lighter blue. So for each of them, I am probably going to make anywhere between 5, maybe 6 of each color. Once I finish making 5 or 6 of each of these pom-poms and I shape it up to however I want it, then I'm going to attach all of these to a piece of twine. And I still didn't bring the twine with me. Ugh. Oh, here we go. Twine. So after I cut all my pom-poms, I'm going to connect it to a long piece of twine. The twine is going to be making a garland, a pom-pom garland. See, there you go. So I am going to make it without utilizing hot glue. You can use hot glue, but I'm not going to be utilizing hot glue just for the purpose of the video. So those tails that you left on, all you would have to do is take those 2 tails and tie them around the garland, the twine piece, and then that way you just, I'm gonna say glue them, tie them in strategic places. So you do like red, blue, white, red, blue, white, and then you just keep going until you get the whole piece of garland completed. So hopefully by the end of the video, I'll be able to show you my completed project. All right, see you guys next time. Hello, I'm back, ready for the next part of my lovely project. So I still have my handy dandy scissors that I'm going to be working with. So far what I have done is each of the colors that I have previously talked about, I have went ahead and pre-made 6. I told you before I was going to do 5 or 6. So I just did 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I've pre-made 6 of each of the colors that I previously showed you. So here's the dark blue. Here's 6 of the lighter blue. 6 of the white. 6 of the red with the sparkly, so this is the more brighter red. And then here are 5 of the darker red, and plus I had already made 1, so that's 6. So in this part I wanted to show you how you can make life easier. So what I did was I made all of these first, so that way all of my material is ready. So now what I'm going to do is go ahead and cut each of the bundles of the various colors. Oops, sorry about that. I have no idea what that was. I'm picking up all of my little things. My bundles for each of my pom-poms. Got them all up? Yes. So here are all of the bundles for each of my pom-poms. So the next phase is going to be me cutting each one of them. So I'm just going to show you what I did before. So I wrapped them around my hand, I tied them in the middle, and now I'm going to cut like I showed you previously, and I'm going to cut in the middle. So basically what's happening is I'm cutting in that area that made the loop. So this was the bottom loop, here's the top loop. So basically all I'm doing is cutting each of them. So once you have cut them, find your little tails. My tails are here, and fluff them out. So you can make them as wild as you want, or like I said, you can cut them, trim them down, make them a little bit more unified. I tend to like them a little bit more fluffed out, so they're not going to be these teeny tiny little puff balls, because I like mine to be a little bit more of the, you know, Raggedy Andy type shape. So hopefully in my next clip I will show you that I've cut all of these up, and you will see me attaching them to the twine. Hi there, I'm back. So as you can see, I'm moving right along with the progress of my project here. Handy dandy scissors, don't need those anymore because I'm pretty much done for the moment. So I have cut the twine, and just so you can see, this is the twine that I got. I believe I cut about 6 feet, maybe 6.5 feet, just to make sure that I had enough. No, I don't need all 6 feet, just so I can let you know that I did measure how much of the twine I could cut. I cut about 6 feet. No, I did not use about 6 feet. Oops, sorry, shaking the camera. I did not use about 6 feet, but that is how much I cut. So on my last pom-pom here, and I haven't cut the pom-pom down any at all, so all I did so far was just attach them all to the twine. So I'm on my last one, and I wanted to show you how to attach it to the twine. So remember, I told you to leave the tail on there so you knew where the tail was. So basically what I'm going to do is take the twine and tie my first knot on the twine, and then I'm going to move it over so it's close to the other pom-pom, so it's not a lot of spacing in between. So I tied it there, and then I'm going to tie it again, so double tie 2 times, and that is how I'm going to complete my garland pom-pom. So as you can see, I did a lot of the pom-poms, and like I said, I did originally cut 6 feet of the twine. This does not take up 6 feet. I believe it's closer to about 4.5 feet maybe, but this is the end result. So I hope you have gotten some ideas. Maybe you can make yourself pom-pom garland, or you can make yourself a pom-pom wreath. Remember, I did get this ideas from the Michaels maker. Her name is Lynn Lilly. She is with the Crafty Girls. I believe that's the name. I'll try to leave her information down underneath the video. Thank you for coming out and watching me do my project. Are you working on a project? Maybe you're going to do the same. Let me know in the comments below. Let me know. You guys have a good afternoon. Make sure to give me a thumbs up. You guys have a great one. Bye.